Why does the circus exist? Here we learn that it was created as a means to give Scratch a second life from his brain tumor.
His ideas were often so bizarre and abstract that the rest of the team had no idea how to work in his language, either due to pure brilliance or the tumor in his head. He was trying to make something. What was it? Scratch was trying to make a brain scanner.
And it was created by Scratch and Kinger's real-life counterparts.
You made Kane?
Partially, yes. I got a few pointers from, I can't remember his real name, but his circus name was Scratch.
This immediately raises the question, why did they build it the way that it is? Why did Kinger and Scratch program in a memory wipe so you'd forget your name?
Why can't I remember my name?
Nobody can remember their name once they enter the digital circus.
Why is cursing censored?
What the is going on? What?
No, my dear. We can't have any of that foul language around here.
Why is sex censored? If you are creating a digital afterlife for yourself, why would you ever ban those things? It doesn't even remove the desire for sex. Zooble says they want it. It just straight up bans the ability to have sex.
I want the ability to have sex.
Why did Kinger and Scratch not create a tool to allow people inside the circus to communicate with the outside? What's the point of prolonging your life if you can't communicate to your friends and family? And we know this is possible because communication into the circus from social media happens at the end of episode 9, so clearly they should be able to send messages out as well.
Pomni, Abigail Brooks. She's still an accountant, but she seems to have opened up more.
Why did they not give the residents a character customization screen? If I was building a digital afterlife, I would give myself as many capabilities as I could. Granted, in later episodes they do have the ability to conjure, but my question is why isn't it made more accessible and effortless? Clearly it's difficult and requires effort.
We all technically have the ability to conjure, just like Kane. It just comes naturally to him, but requires a lot more skill and concentration for us. Relax your body and mind. Deep breaths. And try not to think too hard about it.
Why do they feel pain from suffocation? Why do they feel pain at all? If you are creating a digital afterlife, why would you program in suffering?
I can't hold it any longer.
Sure you can. We can't die from oxygen deprivation, remember?
But it still feels like I'm gonna die.
I was going to mention abstraction, but I think there's a good argument to be made that it's just a glitch in the production of this amazing digital circus. But
say that again?
Still, that bug feels too convenient to me personally to be an enjoyable narrative. Like, if we're going with the idea that the files can be corrupted and that Kinger and Scratch can't account for every issue with the circus, why don't we see abstraction triggered by anything else? You might say, though, that's not totally fair to blame Kinger and Scratch for the state of the circus. What about Kane going rogue? Kane seems to break out and consume the blue AI, suggesting he went rogue. Well, this has two problems. The first is that Kane's goal was to entertain humans.
I slave over these adventures for them. I step outside my comfort zone to appeal to them, and they still hate them. This is why I was created. This is my function.
And this goal doesn't lead to any of the previous things I discussed with the circus. In other stories about rogue AIs, the AIs take their prime directive so seriously that they take it to an extreme unintended place, but that place still technically follows the rules given. Let's look at two examples. In the film I, Robot, the robots are programmed to protect humans from harm. They come to the conclusion that since humans have the potential to hurt themselves, the only way to truly protect them is to remove all their freedom so they can never make a risky choice. In the film and book 2001: A Space Odyssey, HAL 9000, the advanced AI, is given two contradictory rules to follow: relay information accurately and withhold from the crew the true nature of the mission. It reasons that the only way to achieve both of those goals is to kill the humans. Of course, these aren't the only way to write a rogue AI, but they work because they follow some sense of narrative logic. Kane making a circus makes sense because circuses are for entertainment. Kane banning sex or making members forget their names, etc. doesn't serve that goal at all, and thus I consider it a plot hole. If I were to write this story myself, I would have Kane go rogue and create a world so entertaining and addictive that the humans never want to leave, and that's the real trap in horror, that you can enjoy something too much. The story could even draw parallels to modern social media algorithms and addictive video game mechanics, the result of a rogue AI whose only goal is entertainment and retention. The second problem is that Kinger and Scratch and the rest of CNA still exist in the real world. We can see this when the headsets are explained.
How do I take this headset off?
Scratch was trying to make a brain scanner.
And we see this in the end when we see the real versions of the characters. So my question is, why didn't anyone step in and do something about any of the issues that arise in the circus? We know it's possible for at least Kinger to change and fix things because he already deleted Kane from the inside. So clearly he has the ability to do this on the outside too.
I think I accidentally killed Kane.
We know that the people outside the circus were monitoring it, aware of some of the issues because they created the blue AI to fix the initial issues with Kane.
I'm better! I'm more powerful! I'm the original!
We know that at least Kinger had an altruistic desire to fix things because Kinger inside the circus tries to help everyone there.
In this world, the worst thing you can do is make someone think they're not wanted or loved.
And we know that at least outside, Kinger was alive or unimpeded to make changes because we see him at the very end. And even if Kinger or others wanted to abandon the project, why didn't they unplug it or turn it off or destroy the computer? Going back to the original thing I said in this video, that it was Kinger and Scratch's responsibility for everything in the circus, this is why. Even if you accept the rogue AI theory, seemingly Kinger still had the awareness, ability, and motivation to fix the circus, or at least prevent new people from entering. And yet, in the show, that never happens. And so that's why I consider it a plot hole.